Okay, so we're going to see if we can cause curling, cupping. A lot of people get them confused. But let's just see if we can cause some curling. So I've got some sawn cut concrete here. And it's kind of green. It's probably, let's see, Friday. It's 5 days old. And you can see as I rotate it, it's pretty flat on this piece of steel. Pretty flat. I'm trying to get some daylight for you. Now you can see that a slight bit of daylight between there, just a hair of daylight. Now, I'm going to put it down here and I'm going to heat the center of it up. That's the top. Sorry, I don't want to get you confused on what's what. Now it's going to take like, I don't know, it takes like 4 minutes, 3 minutes, something like that to heat this up. So we've got it flat. We're on a flat surface. We're going to heat the top of it. Excessively so. You're going to see it turn orange, red, choose what you want. I'm just going to go down the center. Pretending like this is an entire pad, and at this point, let's go with the edge. This point is getting heat on it. This edge. I already did a middle one version of this, and it did cup. You know, it did curl. Someone asked a question, and someone wrote a paper saying that you can uncurl it with moisture and temperature and things like that. Well, it kind of stands to reason if you can get heat on the reverse side, maybe it pull back down without cracking. It's a very thin piece, so you can imagine it could conduct the heat through pretty fastly, and then therefore be a balanced expansion. So I gotta keep it moving. Gotta put my face shield on. I'm using my phone for protection now. I'm looking through the phone to do this. I'm just going to stop there and I'm going to take a look at it. It was somewhere about here that, down this timeline, that I was able to see a result. So I'm going to hold that with this glove on. But let's lift it up. Come on, you're right, focus issues, right? Let's try that. Yeah, let me back up so I don't drop it on that stone and cracker only piece. Let me put this down, and I'm going to pick it up again on the other end. Just going to flip it around here, make it easy for me. My right hand. I can't take it out of sight because you guys would have doubts what I'm doing, right? If I took it out of sight, I know I would, right? Smoke and mirrors, Facebook type, what's the name type stuff? YouTube. Hold on, let's take the focus again. Okay, so we're looking at the edge. Great, and I guess it doesn't matter which side is what now, because it's still going to be cracked. I mean, it's still going to go up or down one way or another. Let's do that, and yes, that is warm. All right, you can see a significant gap now. Now, this is pressed flat with my one finger here, and it's starting to heat up my finger, but I'm going to now hit heat in the middle of this. Now that gap has gotten bigger, and it's all on one end, not on this end. So this would be the pad curling up, if you will. Heat at the top, pad curling up. Let's go ahead and let's see if we can curl it more, rather. Let's see if we can more significant. Let me put more shield on. More significant than that. Oh, let's duplicate the temperature, the heat, the ground. So the ground's going to act like a heat sink and start sucking up some of this moisture. I mean, it's going to be a different temperature variance, more so than that steel, so I'm hoping that will give us a better, more significant curl. We're only dealing with what? A little over a half-inch piece here, 5/8, something like that. So let's assume that it happens a lot around seams. So the water gets down there, it gets behind the concrete under here, it makes this section, sorry if I'm hollering, I don't know if I am or not. This section where the water's getting underneath the seam hotter. Cooler at the bottom, and then the temperature, because the water stays there, and then the temperature above is hotter, so that gives you a significant difference. And now we get the curling. Let's call it quits on that. I think that's that's beyond what temperature would reach on damn concrete. So let's do that. Let's take a look. I'm going to use something else as a break for my finger here. All right. Come on. I guess I can give a quick moment at it for you guys. Come on. Not that easy working with a welder's glove and that thick. All right. Let's just lift it up and take a look. Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on. It's really hot. I'm going to have to... You guys are going to have to trust me. I'm going to go get a clamp. Trust me on this one. I'll leave it like that and I'll just pause the video. You can take note of where everything is. Okay. Got a clamp. Let's see if this works now. It's back in position for you guys. Again, this is still hot, so I don't want to really... I'm not really getting into getting burned in this situation. Give me another chance here. Give me a second, just trying to adjust the darn clamp. Nothing, not missing anything special. Still didn't adjust it. Yeah, brilliant. Okay. There we go. Now let me clamp this down a little bit. There we go. All right, now let's pick it up. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Set the focus. Lift it up. And it looks like it got tighter. Looks like the moisture answered the other question about how you bring it back down. Interesting. So part of what I said was the moisture behind it, right? All right, well, the only difference we did was we put moisture on the, well, we had a difference in moisture. And we don't have a flat back here. That's flexible. This is not. Let's heat this and see if we can get it to curl up. But let's verify it one more time. So that looks flatter than flat. I mean, we saw no daylight in this. All right, my clamp is snug. Hope it doesn't expand itself. And let's see if we can curl it. Interesting. That would be the edge again. This would be the outside edge, a seam, if you will, a seam, a joint, control joint. It would be a full joint through, allowing the water to come through, or full crack. Now that's my assumption we're working on right now. This stuff can happen it happens in airports, garages with heavy trucks, and everyone likes to think it's the weightless vehicles. And then there's something called hydraulic jackhammering. People like to think That might be part of it. Part of the issue. But not in this case. So, I think this is about 1600 degrees. And I don't know what the actual concrete is at. I could figure that out, but it's not worth it because no matter what, I'm giving it excess heat to see if this happens. If we can get it to curl. But now I don't have my variance below it though. You know, the cooler temperature below. I'm hoping that this doesn't penetrate that deep and that automatically creates the imbalance of temperatures and gives us the curling. Gives us curling. So let's go ahead and take a look. Hopefully I can pick up the steel without getting hurt. Okay, do we have daylight? Not really. Not really. Not that it's not really, it's nothing. I don't see any daylight. I see flat concrete. Not even a glimmer. Okay, let's go back at it. So, the difference is, did I have that on the end? Alright, so this is totally supported. And it's conducting to the metal there. I don't know this temperature compared to this, but let's go ahead and slide it out over the edge. That would be equivalent to stone, perhaps, having some flex, you know, stone's base being flexible. So, let's do that. Let's see if I can do this without being stupid and touch the heated part, right? I'm not above that at this point. So we're going to go with the overhang. I'm going to clamp it. Rotate that around. Oops, can't see it, sorry. So I went with an overhang. Metal. Clamped it. And now let's go ahead and heat it up. So that would kind of tell, if it curls now, we're going to say we could be curling, or curling, part of the problem of curling would be a bad base. I don't know about that. Alright, so yeah, there's no base here. So, not sure if we're quite duplicating the real thing now. Think about that. So it would be stone down there. The steel would be equivalent to the stone. And this would be a bad base. It's got a void underneath of it now. The void created by water coming down through the seam, bad compaction, and then it's separated from the bottom of the pad, creating like I say a half-inch, 1-inch gap. That would give us different, and then that 1-inch gap could fill with water during rain time, make the bottom of the pad very cool. At that point, the sun, because we're talking the sun doing this, the sun will heat up the top of the pad. And what do they get to? I don't know, 140 degrees, some shit like that. The top of the pad, depending where you live. The top of the pad right there where the water is no longer, the top of the pad where that 140 degree temperature lasts 8 hours a day, let's call it, and then through the night, still doing something. Alright, let's go ahead and call that quits there and take a look. Let's see if we got anything just visually, and that's what it looks like visually. Now let's slide it down and see what if anything. If anything, okay. Gotta be careful. I don't want to clamp this and actually find a way to bend it back in place while it's still heated. So it's still heated right now. I'm just trying to think of, the sun. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look at that. I might need to give that a couple turns on the clamp. Okay, let's take a peek. Let's take a peek. Okay, my next mock-up's gonna have to be with the real deal. I'm going to use some real concrete. Luck would have it, I've got some sacrificial concrete. And I'll use a big-ass torch. Got some concrete that I've added for a little driveway, but this is concrete here. It's all sacrificial. It's all coming out. So I'll get to see if I can create deep. I'll cut it. There's a full seam here. I'll heat this side of it. I'll need to add water first to the base. Make sure a lot of water gets under there and into there. I think the best way to do that is just drill a hole. Run a hose down there. Run a hose down there. Okay. Run a hose down there. Get plenty of water underneath this pad. Keep it nice and cool. Heat the top part of the pad. Or get a sprinkler system with a regular hose and see how long it takes to curl. Just run water in there, let the sun do it naturally. It's going to take me a minute. It's going to take me a minute to do that, and I need to do this pad sooner than that. Okay. Back to this guy. What happens if we throw water on it? Because right now it's flat, right? Right now it's flat. Oh no. Here it is. It cooled down now. As it cooled down, that's what I was going to say. What happens if we throw water on it? It's going to shrink as it cools off. So as it heats on it, there we go. There's our curling. Yeah, because I'm like, you know, the heat's still there. What happens when it starts shrinking? So there's our curling. Okay. The problem is, I don't know if I did it, if I created the curling. No, I mean, if I could do it on the dirt better. Again, so we saw that curl. Let's just put that aside as a curl piece. And it's got a daisy on it, okay? Because these others are kind of close. Let's check this flat. We're going to work with this perfect seam here. I'm going to first check it with flat with you guys, and then I'm going to get my finger on this one. We'll just look for daylight. Rotating, flat as hell, right? Flat. Right there's flat. Flat, 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 flat. Now this one I'm just going to put on the ground, but this time I'm going to wet the ground. Let me get some water.